Here now with North Dakota State quarterback Easton Stick. And Easton, let me first ask you, you just got done playing, your championship game was just a week and a half ago, so you've jumped into this pre-draft process really, really quickly. What's that been like for you, just having to transition now into your post-college career?
Yeah, like you said, it was a quick transition. You blink and you go from celebrating with your guys in Frisco, another national championship, to you're out here and learning a new system, getting familiar with new faces, and trying to put your best foot forward and have an opportunity to keep playing. And but it's been fun. Wouldn't want it any other way.
Well, fans have had many, many opportunities to see you play on national TV over the course of the last couple of years. But for fans that maybe didn't see you, give us a quick scouting report about yourself and what you think you'll bring to the next level.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. We played under center at North Dakota State, and had a lot of control of the run game, and shift, trade, motion, all that stuff. It was pretty complex for the college level, and obviously moving forward it'll be much more complex, and there's more to learn. But I feel like I'm prepared in that aspect, and the preparation, and the Monday through Friday, Saturday, that preparation is really important to me. I feel like I'm an intuitive player and have the ability to make the first guy miss, extend plays, whether it's extending it in the pocket or out of the pocket, the ability to throw from different platforms. And I think the biggest thing is, I've played a lot of football and been around a lot of good teams, and I think that's something, being a winner, that's something that carries over.
And then one area where the feedback you've gotten from scouts so far that you kind of know, what, this is an area I have to prove myself over the course of the next couple of months.
Yeah, well, I think the big thing is obviously coming from the FCS level, just showing that I can compete at the highest level. And this week's obviously a good opportunity, playing with some of the best guys in the country, and learning new terminology and all that stuff, just showing that I can come out here, play fast, play ball, and I really believe football is football. There's some really good examples, especially at my position. One obviously pretty well, but you look at Garoppolo and Joe Flacco, Fitzpatrick, guys that have played at the same level I did, that came in and were able to play pretty quick at the next level. And so, there's precedent for it, and I believe I can fit in that group.
All right, well, you brought him up, so I got to ask you now, what has your relationship been like with Carson Wentz throughout the course of this process? You were his backup there with the Bison before he went on to the NFL. What's that relationship been like? You guys are still constantly communicating?
Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. Was fortunate, obviously, to play with him in Fargo for 2 years. Learned a lot from him, and he's been a really good friend to me. We're pretty close and stay in close contact, so fortunate to have him in my back pocket a little bit.
All right, so who's a player that's here that really kind of has stood out and opened your eyes a little bit so far that you've worked with on offense?
Yeah, we got some really good players at the skill positions. You look at running backs, man, all of them can get out of the backfield and catch. And that's something I think that's huge in an offense, and the ability to get to a check down, versus coverages and hit big plays. Keyshawn Johnson at wide receiver, I think is a really good player. Man, there's a lot of good guys out here, and up front there's some big dudes, and you look at them and they're athletic and can move around. So I feel really fortunate to be a part of this game and playing with these guys.
Chris McPherson here with former Notre Dame running back Dexter Williams, and really shouldn't say running back, say playmaker extraordinaire, because that's what you did during your time there at Notre Dame, especially in your final season there. What was the biggest lesson for you in terms of making that jump and being able to excel the way you did in your final year on campus?
I just really just wanted to come back and give our office that spark that we needed, and get us to the playoffs, because that was something I wanted to do. This year was my senior year. I wanted just all the guys to just live up to their potential and get after each and every day. So I knew once I got back on that field, I knew it was time to just take our game to another level, and I knew the office needed me and I needed them as well. So once we put it together, it was just like we couldn't be stopped.
You were suspended for the first 4 games, but after that you gained almost 1,000 yards, just came 5 yards shy for this season. So what did that mean for you to watch things from the sidelines and then be able to make the impact the way you did when you're on the field?
I definitely feel like it meant a lot, but sometimes I still feel like I felt short in certain places. But at the same time, not looking back, I'm always looking forward. I was happy to just make that stepping stone for Notre Dame and give the younger guys something to live up to and something to achieve this upcoming year. And also, it's just I left on a good note. Well, I would say an okay note, but we didn't finish the way we needed to, but we still got the job done.
What did it mean to be the first part of the first program that got Notre Dame into the playoffs?
It was definitely something special because Notre Dame hasn't done it, and we were the first to do it. So I kind of felt like I'm a part of the history just by being the first team to go to the playoffs. But other than that, it's still a stepping stone for the other guys. I want the other guys to go and win a national championship now.
So Josh Adams, I'm sure you're good friends with him.
Yeah,
you know, he made his mark in Philly. Give us some stories about Josh and what he was like during his time with the Irish.
Oh, Josh was that dude. And also, me and him would just compete each and every day. He was my roommate. So we shared a lot of good times together, spent a lot of time together, hung out together. I got him to come down to Florida a couple times and just chill around the family. And also, he's just like a brother to me.
Speaking of family, your mother, how instrumental was she for you early in the season when you were going through your adversity?
Yeah, so I moved my mom up there in August. She stayed with me for the whole season, and it was just like it really made my home feel like it really made my house feel like a home again, I should say. And just having her around, a lot of my teammates came around, so it was just always good times. And I know she was happy to see her son get back on the field and just do what I love. And I was just also just happy to share those memories with her.
Dexter, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who was the toughest defender you went against during this 2018 season? And you can't name anyone on your own squad because you have a couple players obviously here at the Senior Bowl and in the draft process. But who did you go against in 2018 was the toughest competitor?
I wouldn't say to single anyone out, but Clemson's defensive line, they were very disciplined. I congratulate Dabo Swinney for that, just preparing them guys throughout the whole season, just preparing them guys for us. They were a great team, very disciplined. They came out hard each and every play.
So the last thing I note here, and you may not be able to tell on camera, but you got the green hair in the background, so it already seems like you might be a fit in Philadelphia.
Hey, if Philadelphia wants me, I'm definitely there. I'm not going to turn it down. Whoever gives me a shot, I'm open for the opportunity. I just need a chance so I can show everyone what I can do.
Here now is Syracuse wide receiver Jamal Custis. And Jamal, for fans who have yet to watch you play, give us a quick scouting report on yourself and what you feel you'll bring best to the next level.
I'll bring speed, height, toughness, ability to jump. Just a bigger receiver that like to impose my will on smaller defenders and just, create matchup problems.
And then has there been an area in talking with scouts that you kind of have to prove yourself over the next couple of months?
Yeah, just route running, me being a taller receiver is kind of harder getting out of breaks, things like that. So me dropping my shoulders, dropping my weight to, get out of breaks a little quicker.
And then who's a corner that has really stood out to you so far through practice?
Moreland.
Yeah, Jimmy Moreland, yeah.
Yep, good player, gets out of his, he breaks to the ball fast. So, a guy like that, it's hard to get away from, create separation. So I try to keep working on getting lower and getting out of my breaks a little faster.
And then a Philadelphia native, what has it been like really over the last couple of years, obviously the Super Bowl run last year and then seeing the success the team had this year, watching from afar up in Syracuse, what was that like for you?
Man, just a proud fan, man. It gives the city something to root for. It was like a heartbreaker when they lost, and my mom called me. It's like big to us. So that win last year, it did something to the city, and it was the spirit and the vibes. It's back. So it was a good feeling.
Here now with Villanova offensive tackle Ethan Greenidge. And Ethan, obviously from the Philadelphia area, playing for Villanova. Talk about what this experience has been like coming down to St. Petersburg and playing against some of the best players in the country.
Oh, it's been definitely great. Just seeing all the guys and getting together with them has been really cool. Obviously, the competition's up, but I'm feeling like I fit in right here. I feel like I can play with these boys easy, and it's no different than the CA. The CA is a tough league, definitely, but it's feeling real good. Good seeing Temple guys, stuff like that. It's a little reminisce. Obviously, we won that game. I gotta make sure we shout that out. But,
you were talking to a Temple guy, so way to rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So what's obviously there have been a lot of talent, down here. Has there been one guy that has really stood out to you?
In terms of defense or offense?
Yeah, either way.
I noticed a bunch of the small school old linemen have been doing really, really good. Obviously Udo has been really good. I know Morgan Stake has been really good. I like how we can come here and just show that we can play. Obviously, everybody has a whole AA knock that we have, but I feel like there's no difference in any of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of the feedback you've gotten from scouts, has there been an area where you kind of have to improve on moving forward? That you want to kind of prove yourself the next couple of months?
Yeah, I know I gotta get my hips down and stuff like that. Obviously, technique always has to improve. I know I can finish guys definitely some more, and obviously there's always stuff to work on as an offensive lineman. You can never have a perfect game, you can never be a perfect player, but there's always stuff to improve on. So definitely.
And then for fans who haven't watched you play, give us a scouting. What are the things that you feel like you do best in moving on to the next level?
I feel like I can play multiple positions. I'm pretty good everywhere. I feel like I move really well for my size. I'm about 325, 330 right now. I feel like I really move good for that, and my feet are pretty good. So stuff like that is really good. You guys see that on Saturday.
Yeah, and you've got that basketball background. How, does that help you? When you ever think about that, how that's kind of impacted you playing on the gridiron?
Yeah, 100%. I know basketball's all about feet and stuff like that. I was in the post down low a lot, and that's all about footwork and positioning. And it really helped me transition to football because obviously the offensive line is all about feet as well. So it helped me transition to get right on what I know how to do, and it's been a blessing ever since.
Has there been one offensive lineman or a couple offensive linemen that you watched, maybe that you don't pattern your game after because everybody's different, but that you enjoy watching the most?
I love watching the Georgia kid, Lamont. Yeah, he's a heck of a player. Like I remember when I first saw him, I was like, oh, he's from Georgia, like obviously big time and everything, but he's a heck of a player. He gets good leverage. He does everything right. Obviously, the Florida State kid's really good as well. Obviously, I feel like a whole line, they got something new that everybody else just can't do, but like individually. But it's just really, really cool. I like watching all them boys get right.
Lamont's got strong hands, man.
Yeah,
he gets you. Like,
he latches on. He's like he got some grip, man. He gets you. You can't let him get on you. You're done if he does.
Here now with San Diego State offensive tackle Ryan Pope. And Ryan, for fans who have yet to see you play, give us a quick scouting report of yourself.
Athletic and long. That's about it.
Yep.
That's what I bring to the game.
You guys have had a ton of success running the football over the course of the last few years. Donnell Pumphrey, Eagles fans know, was so productive. You guys had a first-round running back last year as well, Rashad Penny. So, talk about what really the culture that you guys have built in that offensive line room.
Toughness. It's definitely a pillar of the offensive line. In the offseason, we preach mental toughness, man, and just having a grit to you, having a fire to you. They're going to load 10 people in the box, and we just still got to make holes for our running backs. And our running backs are very talented. It's running back university, as you guys know. Sure. And we just make holes, and they make plays, make us look good.
And then what's one area in terms of your communication with scouts that they've kind of communicated? They want you to try and see you get better in this one area. Is there one spot where you can kind of pinpoint?
Consistency, most definitely. My hands, and just playing with more aggression, just having more grit to me.
You seem like you like run blocking a little bit more than pass. Is that true? Everyone likes to say offensive linemen, they like going forward instead of moving backward. Is that the case there?
I like it all, man. I could do it all, but coming from San Diego State, run blocking is most definitely first before pass blocking. So it's just what I've become accustomed to.
And then what's one part of playing offensive line that maybe fans and media don't necessarily think about in terms of it being a hard part of playing the position, but it's a huge key to having success there?
You can't move the ball if your offensive line doesn't make holes. You can have great skill players, but if you don't have an offensive line that blocks, if you don't have an offensive line that makes holes for the running back, you don't go anywhere.
Here now with Temple defensive lineman Michael Dogbe. And Michael, take us through, for fans who have yet to see you play, give us a quick scouting report of what you'll bring to the next level.
I feel like I bring a mean pass rush. I'm a guy who's going to be aggressive. I play with my physical ability. I don't really rely on talent. I'm a high-effort guy, and I like using my hands. Yeah,
you are a high-effort guy, and you play sideline to sideline every game that I've watched, and you show that athleticism, that versatility as well to be able to line up and down the line. What's your favorite position to play up front on the defensive line? Because you line up everywhere from zero outside.
I feel like I'm more natural at a three-tech position, playing outside that guard. It's just real natural to me. I feel like I can pass rush a lot effectively there.
And what's one area in the feedback you've gotten from scouts that you know that you want to kind of improve on going to the next level?
Just working the run, using my hands, my leverage more. Playing the run, I can definitely get better.
And obviously, coming from another Temple guy, the Temple Tough is certainly a culture that's been put up there in North Broad Street. Talk about the defensive linemen that have come out from Temple over the last half decade. Really, it's been year after year guys have come out. Have you had a lot of communication with a lot of those guys that going back to Temple?
Yeah. So Terrence Knighton, he'll hit me up on Twitter. Sure. Mohamed Wilkerson the same, and I still talk to guys like Matt Ioannidis, Sharif Finch, Hassan Reddick, Jacob Martin, Julian Taylor. All those guys really stay in touch and just guide me and give me advice.
Are there any other guys, maybe non-Temple guys that you kind of pattern your game after, and you feel like that's the kind of role you can play at the next level?
I love the way Aaron Donald plays, just the way he uses his hands and the way he pass rushes. So before my senior year, I would watch a lot of his tape just to see if I can take anything from it.
And then what's your favorite pass rush move? Because you talk about how it's not just about athleticism. You've got the ability to win as a pass rusher. What's your favorite move? Your go-to?
I like to set him up and hit him with a counter inside, so that's really rushing up A, come back in the B gap. Yeah. I love doing that.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do, so you definitely do it at a high level. Michael, best of luck here moving forward the rest of this week and then throughout the rest of the process.
Thank you. I appreciate it.